All right, Texas A&M joins us on the panel. At the far end of the table, allow me to introduce pitcher Turner Larkins. Next to him is catcher Michael Barash, and next to him is head coach Rob Childress. We have a wireless mic that we'll be passing around for those of you wanting to ask questions, so please wait on the wireless mic before you ask your questions, and we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Childress.
Much like yesterday, with Coach Anderson's comments about Binghamton, I'd like to congratulate Minnesota on a fantastic year. Coach Anderson's been an incredible rock for his team and his program for over 3 decades, and certainly none bigger than this year, directing his team, through some rough waters and getting into the postseason and the league championship. Can't say enough about him and Rob Fornacier, his assistant coach, and what they've done as leaders of young people having to deal with a terrible tragedy and a loss of a great person, a great husband, a great father, and a great coach. I'd like to thank the 12th man for their support all weekend long through some rough weather, the support staff that worked extremely hard for putting on a great regional, and obviously the grounds crew that did an amazing job for the last 3 days dealing with weather.
Questions, please. Gabe?
What did the celebration show, Michael? Very businesslike after that one.
Yeah, we expected to come out here and win this regional, and it's just a stepping stone in what we ultimately want to do. And obviously the ultimate goal is to win a national championship, and tonight was the first step to getting one step closer. So, we're ready to go and ready for next weekend.
Questions?
Coach, what made you decide to go with Larkins tonight, and what did you see from him?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Turner, probably the last month, he's kind of been the guy that's taken the ball and taken over, a spot in our rotation. Was really good last week when we needed him the most against Florida, and, certainly going with him today, he made us all look really, really good. He was fantastic in a big environment, and, couldn't have done a better job for us. Couldn't be more proud of that kid and his growth and maturity as a young man and certainly as a pitcher.
Go back to Gabe.
Turner, can you take us through your start, and how important was this opportunity for you at this stage?
The only thing I was thinking before the game was just get us off to a good start. Our bats and our bullpen is as good as any in the country, and if I can just get us off to a good start, then just put us in the driver's seat for the rest of the game. They're a really good hitting team, very aggressive at the plate. Just had to work down the whole game, kind of just let them get themselves out.
In the back.
Mike, what does it mean that you guys are going to get a rematch with TCU next weekend after what happened last year?
Yeah, ultimately it's just another game that we're going to play on whenever the first game is. Obviously the guys that are returning have that sour taste still in our mouth. I know I haven't forgot it, but it's kind of what fueled us to continue to be the best and to push harder and to motivate us a little bit more. But when it comes down to it, it's just a baseball game between us and them, and that's all you can make it out to be. If you make it anything more, then you'll be in some trouble. But we'll be ready to go and take it pitch by pitch.
Anything else? Right here in the front, Zach.
Coach, you guys actually out-hit 8-6 tonight, but I guess you can chalk a lot of it up to the really timely hits you guys got to be able to score 8 runs.
Well, we did. We didn't get a whole lot of timely hits in Game 1. We got enough to win the first game against a really well-coached team in Binghamton, and had a lot of them yesterday. But, today we made our hits matter. We took advantage of some free base runners early in the game to grab the lead, and Turner made it stand up and went to Andrew when we felt like it was time, and he did a great job passing it off to Mark Ecker to finish the game, and it was awful nice to score those 3 runs in the 9th inning to allow us to breathe a little bit there in the bottom of the 9th.
Go back to Gabe.
But you think that business-like celebration was more about this is just one step, we got much more to celebrate, or was it also about the respect factor of what Minnesota's been going through?
Probably a little bit of both, especially with our older guys. I don't think it was something that was addressed with our team, with our leadership group, our older guys. I just think it sent a message to us as a coaching staff that this is just one step. And, it's a pretty good feeling as a head coach when your players are excited, happy, celebrating, but also showing that, hey, we got bigger things in front of us. So very proud of that.
In the back.
Coach, on a weekend where so many top seeds, kind of lost and didn't play very well, how encouraging is it for you that your guys were really kind of dominant this weekend?
Well, baseball's a funny game. I mean, you can be as hot as anybody in the country one week, and the next week, I mean, just like that, you run into a really good arm or a really hot team from an offensive standpoint, and your season can come to an end. And, there's some really good teams across the country. They'll be having team meetings tomorrow and sending their guys off to summer baseball that had a bad weekend, or, they ran into a really hot team on a given weekend, and we're very fortunate to be moving forward.
In the back, Rich.
Michael, can you just talk about what Ecker did there in the 8th and the 9th inning as a catcher catching that?
Yeah, Ecker obviously has an explosive fastball, and he was keeping the ball down. And, that changeup that he's developed here over the past year is just one of the best pitches I've ever caught. I mean, he keeps his arm speed, and it just vanishes from at the bottom of the zone. But he's just straight up dominant when he keeps the ball down and out of the middle of the plate. And, tonight was just another example of how good Ecker really is.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go right here in the front.
Turner, I know the atmosphere is directed positively towards y'all, but sitting in the dugout and seeing what the fans were doing in the second inning there, what was that like to witness and see, and to be a pitcher on the mound in that kind of situation?
Just very encouraging. We got a great fan base behind us. It certainly affects us knowing that we have so many great people behind us.
Anything else? In the very back, Cody.
Coach, you talked about hot teams. Have you ever been a part of a team that's had such great offensive outputs the last week and a half?
Well, I've said it all year long about our team, and when you go through the Southeastern Conference, you can't cover up experience and at bats through the Southeast Conference, and we've got an experienced team, and to say that I'm surprised as to what we've done offensively thus far, I'm not in the least. I mean, we've got two amazing coaches, and Will Bolton, Justin Seeley do a great job with our guys, not just coaching them from an offensive standpoint, but coaching them as a group and keeping them connected to one another and having them do it together. But, the experience factor is what separates us from maybe some teams that we've had in the past. I mean, this group has gone through the Southeast Conference for 4 years now, and so I got a lot of scars and a lot of bruises, and, that's the reason they are who they are.
Time for one more. We'll end it with Gabe.
Coach, it's been 17 years since A&M's played at home with Omaha on the line. I know you've been dreaming about this opportunity. How excited are you for this weekend?
Well, we've been really good in weekend series, and we're excited that, our guys have earned the opportunity to be at home next week, and it's about us playing good another week and continuing to take a step forward against a really good team in TCU. Great coaches, great players, and, when they had an awful lot of turnover last year with some guys signing professionally, it's a credit to their coaching staff and their younger guys for growing up and, getting to the point where they are right now as well.